Thank you, Bern. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Chris. I will be evaluating a prepared speech today by Oxana, and the speech is actually about motivation, so I'm looking forward to it. The purpose of this speech is to practice skills needed to motivate team members through the completion of a project, and the title of the speech is What Motivated Our Officers? Jessica, the length of the speech will be 6 to 8 minutes. And Oksana, you're up.
Thank you, Chris. What motivates us as human beings to do certain things and not to do certain other things? What motivates us to do our job? Is it just compensation, or is it some other rewards that we get out of it? And what motivates us to volunteer? We don't get compensated, so why do we do that? Specifically, what motivates our officers to be volunteers on the board? Why do they do that? What do they get out of it? These were the central questions that popped in my head when I was preparing for this assignment. The project that I chose for this assignment is my year of presidency in this club. I was the president, still am, for another month, of the Roseville Rappers. And I would like to share with you what my experience was throughout this year, talk about our dear officers, and the question that I wonder about, what motivates them to do what they do? So starting with me being the president in this club, I knew I wanted to be a president at some point. I was in other board positions before, and I knew I wanted to be the president, but this was a tough year. So I was really hesitant. The pandemic already started, we were all in lockdown. We didn't know what is going to happen. Are we going to the office soon? Are we not going for a while? Everybody was kind of on hold in their extracurricular activities, which included public speaking improvements. So I knew it's going to be tough, and I was really hesitant, but I thought, well, whether I do it or not is going to be tough regardless. Somebody will have to do it, so why not me? Either it will be tough for me or someone else. It'll give me experience to be a president in a tough situation, not in an easy, fun time where everybody's just running towards our club. So how do you manage a club when it's difficult to manage? So I decided to go for it anyways. And yes, it was a tough year. Sure, we had to make a lot of transitions. But we're here, we are meeting, and we're having fun. All thanks to our wonderful officers. And that's what I want to talk about next. Starting with Marie Noel. Marie Noel this year is our Vice President of Public Relations and Vice President of Education. She started just with being VP PR, but one of the officers had to step down after just a few months starting the year, and she picked up the double duty. On top of being those two officers' role, she is also an immediate past president. She was president last year. And in that capacity, she has to guide me, the rookie president, and give advice when I need, or nudge me if I forget stuff. And she's extremely diligent in that. Before having these roles, she also was a secretary in the club. I joined the club 4 years ago, and she was on the board every single year in some capacity. So what motivates her? Why does she keep coming back? Why she's doing what she's doing? Next is Philip. He is probably the longest serving officer on our board of our club, at least as far as I know. Philip has been in every single officer position throughout the years, in every single officer position. That's a huge accomplishment. On top of that, he was actually a leader in a leadership role in a district level of the Toastmasters Club. So what motivated him to come year after year after year in all of these capacities? And not only that, but to serve in a district. Philip is extremely diligent and very, very detail oriented. He is perfect, or he's almost perfect. When he's almost perfect, he will catch himself and will tell us, oh, I missed this over here and I will do it by XYZ date. We didn't even notice, he already did and corrected. Extremely reliable. So why is he like that, and why does he coming back to us and serves on the board? What motivates him? Next is Bern, our secretary. Secretary role is fairly easy. You take the minutes, you take action items, you give it to the officers so that they don't forget, and you upload to the website. But on top of that, he's also our video manager. He is the one who takes the recording, including this one that we're doing right now, and uploads to YouTube. This year was very challenging. We had to change technologies, we had to change how we store the videos and then change it again mid-year. And it was a little bit of a challenge to not only learn all that, but then relearn all of that again. And there were multiple things that didn't work. So it was a little of a challenge, but he figured it out. Why? Video manager is not really even an officer role. It's a completely extra. So what motivates him to do that? Not only to be the secretary, but also take that role as well as a video manager and overcome all of these challenges that he is continuously running across. Chris is our treasurer. This is her second year as a treasurer. And we asked her to reconsider. Maybe last year she wanted to go into any other role, but she wanted to stay as a treasurer. And for club, it's awesome because it's probably one of the hardest roles to transitions because of the banking things. There's a lot of paperwork. So was it because it was needed for the club? What motivated her to stay in the club and in the same position for 2 years? Not only that, she came up because of this virtual reality of ours. She came back with options for us. No longer is just the check and cash and credit card. You can call her with a credit card. You can do Zelle. You can do this. You can do that. She opened all of these possibilities for us, even though she didn't have to. Why? What motivated her? She came up with all these choices that help us. Last but not least, Alvin. He's our surgeon at arms. And in the face-to-face meetings, his role is to set up the meeting room and to escort guests in and out of the meeting room. In this virtual reality, he had to figure out how to do Zoom, how to do contests via Zoom, how to upload the recordings, where to store them, where to relocate them once we lost that. He was the president when I joined the club. Then he had to step away from the club as an officer and as a member. But this year he is back in the toughest year. And he joined as a member and as a board member at the same time. Why? What motivated him? Why did he do that? So coming back to the central question, what motivates our officers? I think we all have different reasons what motivates us, but we also have this one huge overarching reason that motivates all of us. And it's simple. We want our club to succeed. Officers is what makes our club running. It doesn't happen on its own. They do all these stuffs that we don't even know about, but it is scorching when they work. We want our club to be fun and the meetings to be structured but relaxed. We want to take value that we were promised. We want to grow as individuals and as a club. We want our club to succeed. And that is all. So please, everybody, give our officers a huge round of applause because they deserve it.